What's going on, everyone? So I got another story to share. This one took place when I was about 17. It was down the street from me in an old abandoned hospital. So obviously the story is called The Hospital. So my story takes place on a Halloween night. Both me and my friend had been invited to a Halloween party, and neither of us wanted to go. We wanted to look for something really cool to do because obviously it was Halloween and we wanted to find something spooky to do. We had known about a hospital that had been closed down the street from us. The hospital was open from the 60s until the early 90s, and it closed for some odd reasons. I guess for financial reasons and supposedly other reasons. Rumor has it that the hospital had closed down because of patient abuse and just weird different things. I'm not too sure. Anyways, we both decided that would be really cool to go in there because of the supposed ghost stories coming from the place. The place was secured by one security guard, and again, there was police patrol every now and then, but nothing major. So we had walked down the street and then hopped into the woods to get into the hospital, and we had to go on the back end. And the front is the main building, and the back is some type of tuberculosis building, and on the side is a church or something like that. Our main focus was on the major building itself. So we had started walking to get to the building, and we were making sure there's no police patrol or there's no security or anything. And we come to the building, and all the windows were boarded up, and every door was chained except for one door. So we finally get to this door, and we're trying to, it's open halfway. I mean, it's enough so we can hear and shine our flashlights in. And we shine the flashlights in, we see our stairway going up and the stairway going down. And we, and the only thing that was actually keeping us closed was dirt and a couple rocks that maybe they had thought that it might have secured the door, but we got it open just enough so we could squeeze through. So as soon as we walked in there, you get that old building smell, the old misty, musty smell, if you will. And we headed down the stairs into what looked like used to be an old boiler room. It was completely empty. Anything that boilers, furnaces had seemed like it had been ripped out. And we're kind of exploring around, and there's these little rooms off the side. There's nothing in them. It's completely empty, but the building is still kind of new. I mean, it only had been closed again in the early 90s, and this is 2004, 2005, about that time. And we're searching all around, and we decided to sit down, and we were kind of, I guess, taking the building in. Kind of cool that we're sitting in a abandoned building, that we weren't getting caught or anything. And all of a sudden, we were sitting there in complete silence. And mind you, we're just sitting there in complete silence because we're just kind of, again, we're just taking everything in. So what we heard what seemed like a door close upstairs and footsteps. Now, our first thought is security. We thought it was a security guard. So we both ran to a little room, and we shut our flashlights off. We're sitting there hoping that no security guard can find us. And we heard the footsteps coming down the stairs that we had just came down, and we actually saw the flashlight hits the wall, kind of peering around. Like, it is a security guard. We're thinking, oh crap, if we get caught, we're gonna get in trouble. Anyway, so the flashlight kind of peered into the room, kind of peered back and forth a couple more times, and we heard the person walk up the stairs and walk up another flight of stairs. So we sat there about, it had been maybe 20 minutes or so, waiting for hopefully said security guard to walk out of the building and do patrol somewhere else. So we quietly, and with our flashlights, what we used to do is instead of using our flashlights to see everything, we hold it into our hands just to have enough light to view it on the floor. So we're walking towards the exit where the stairwell was, and we're peering up, we're looking around, make sure we don't hear anything. So we go up the stairs, and we should have left. I mean, everything should have told us to go. We should have left. Of course, we didn't. So we go back up the stairs. We go up the other flight of stairs, and we kind of peer down this long, long, dark hallway. And there's no sign of a security or anything. It's very quiet. So we walk down this stairwell. This hallway, and there's rooms. There's one room that still has a desk on it, and on the desk actually there's a phone, and joking around picked up, and it had a dial tone. It was really odd, but we put the we actually hit one of the light switches, and the lights went on. So the buildings had electricity in it. So we go back out of this room. We start heading down this dark hallway, and we hear what sound like footsteps coming up the stairs that we had just came up. And again, we booked it into a random room, and we're sitting there hoping that said person would find us. So we hear actually the person coming down the hallway, and we see the flashlight peering in and out, and darting in and out of rooms. And the room that we had ran into, we closed the door just enough, and we saw the flashlight. And we saw the flashlight peer into the room, and then keep walking. And for some odd reason, I don't know why I did it. I kind of quietly walked towards the door, and I peered out the door just enough. And I'm looking down the hallway where this flashlight was supposed to be. There was nobody there. And I peer back. I'm like, maybe the security guard wants you to know the room. So, me being my brave self, I walk out into the hallway, and kind of just walking down, and I'm thinking, okay, what if the security guard comes out, he sees us, we'll just book it, we'll just beeline it for the exit, and hopefully we'll get out in time and just run towards the woods, and he won't even have time to call the police or call backup or whatever have you. But there's no security guard in sight. There's nobody in sight. This is just completely dead silent. So my friend walks out, and we start going down the hallway again. And then we hear a door close that was in the back of us, and we heard footsteps in the back of us walking towards us. We stop, we're frozen, but no one's saying anything, nothing. And we peer back, and there's nobody there. So we ran towards another room, and we're sitting there waiting for the person to come down the hallway, and we don't hear anything, we don't see anything. So again, we look down to the hallway, there's nobody there. So at this point, either we're thinking there's a security guard, some kids messing with us, or a ghost. So we go back into the hallway, and we head to another room, and this room is huge. It's absolutely huge. And these board up windows, and on the board up windows, and under the board up windows, and this is really the really weird, freaky part, were dead birds. And I'm talking 20, 30 dead birds all lined up. And it seemed like they had gotten in and tried to get out, but they couldn't. And they just had smashed into the windows, because there's feathers on the windows, and it's just not to go into detail. Anyways, there's a bunch of them on the floor, and we're just kind of weirded out by this. So we walk out into the hallway, and we start walking towards the stairwell that we saw in front of us, and there's a room on my left, and my friend was on my right. And on my left hand side of the room, I thought what I saw was a silhouette of a person, and I kind of had to look as quick as I possibly could to look back again, and there was nobody there. I'm thinking, I'm seeing things. So we head up this stairwell, and we head up, and this is the second floor. And as soon as we get up there, we heard what seemed like the heart monitors. I'm not even kidding. It was the, and we're like, we're thinking maybe the power had turned back on somehow. Maybe the power went on for a couple seconds and turn one of these things on. And all of a sudden, we heard a like spooky wail sound. And we're sitting there in this dark hallway. We just have enough flashlight to shine, to enough to light up this hallway, but not enough to shine all the way down. And again, we're hearing these wheels, squeaky wheels, seem like they're coming. And it's like, then all of a sudden, this wheelchair comes out of this room, stops, and just kind of slowly turns towards us, and it stops. Both of us, I don't think we can make sense of this, but for some odd reason, instead of heading back down the stairwell that we had just came from, we beelined it for another stairwell that was on the third floor. So we run up the stairwell, run up, get up to the third floor, and it's completely empty. There's rooms, every room is closed. We start running, we're running towards, I don't know where we're running to, and then we run towards the end of the hallway, run up the stairwell, run up down the stairwell, and open the door, and we're on the top of the roof. And at this point, we're scared, but I think we're trying to make sense of what just happened. And in reality, there's no making sense of it. So we run back down these stairs, go down, go back to the third floor hallway, run towards the other stairway, go back down, and we get to the bottom of the stairs, and there is the wheelchair sitting directly in front of the doorway. So we ran around the wheelchair, run down the other flight of stairs, running straight for the hallway, run down the stairs, and out the exit. And we're running so fast that I didn't have time to think. And all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I'm looking up at the building. In the second floor window, there what looked like a little girl holding a teddy bear looking down at us. And I'm trying to hit my friend to get him to notice, but he is still maybe in shock, and he's running faster than me. And I'm looking up, and I'm just running towards the woods. And we ran through the woods, and all the way home. Could I ever explain to this day what happened? I don't know, because there's no physical way for a wheelchair to move the way it did, especially having the direction to move all the way down the hallway, then have the ability to turn and sit right at the same stairway door that we had ran up. So that is another story that I will definitely never forget. Again, guys, thanks for viewing. There's going to be lots more stories. Again, keep subscribing, keep liking, keep sharing. There's more and more stories. I just got to sit here and think about all of them. Like, so many. So again, like, subscribe, share. You want to grab